Hello and welcome to Waterdrop's YouTube channel. I am your host, Jeannie. Waterdrop encourages you to drink more water in order to live a healthier, longer, and also more sustainable life. Welcome to another episode of our Countdown to Christmas series. I'm happy to see you again. In today's video, I want to share with you 10 winter life hacks that can help you make winter a little bit more bearable. But before I get started, as always, I want to remind you to stay tuned until the very end of this video, because at the end I will ask you one question that you can answer in the comments to partake in our Countdown to Christmas giveaway, where we will give away 25 surprise boxes. Make sure to watch until the very end so you can find out how to win. Let's get started. Tip number 1 is to always open your curtains or your blinds to just let the sun come inside of your room, even when it's winter and it's mostly dark outside. There still is a little bit of sunlight here and there. Sometimes there are sunny winter days, so you want to make sure to really make the most out of the sunshine that you get during the day, because having the sun shine into your room can help you warm up a little bit, but also gives you the very much needed vitamin D. Tip number 2 is to dress in multiple layers instead of wearing only one big cardigan or one big sweater. When you're outside, you might be warm wearing the sweater, but once you go somewhere inside, then you're hot and you might want to take off a layer. So I definitely recommend to just maybe wear multiple layers that you can take off. Tip number 3, if you have cold feet or you generally feel cold, one thing that you can do to immediately warm up is to take a hot shower. Make sure that the water is not too hot to keep your skin from drying out, and also don't take the shower for too long because that's obviously not very sustainable. Tip number 4, if you perhaps own a car and you want to remove some ice from the windshield, then you can use an old CD case in case you don't have an ice scraper on hand. I know nowadays people mostly use streaming sites and buy their music online, but perhaps you still have an old CD case lying around which you can use. Tip number 5, if your hair gets frizzy in the cold or maybe from the static when you're wearing a scarf or a beanie, then you can use dryer sheets to tame your hair and take away the frizziness. You can also use baby powder on your roots to add some volume and also to make it look less shiny and greasy. Tip number 6 is something that I grew up with because my mom still does it till this day. Whenever you eat fruits or oranges, you can actually keep the peel and put it on your heater, because then your entire house will just smell amazing. It will smell like oranges and mandarins, and obviously those are very Christmassy smells that will just put you in a festive mood. Tip number 7 is to use a razor. This can be like an old used razor that you don't want to use on your body anymore, and you can reuse that to remove any pills or any fuss from your sweaters or your cardigans, your scarves, anything that's usually made out of wool where it kind of pills up. Then you can use a razor to remove everything and then it will look brand new. Tip number 8 is to use your oven more often instead of going for the microwave or the stove, because when you use your oven, it actually heats up your entire space. So if you live in an apartment or a house, it would also help you to heat up your room and keep you nice and cozy. And that's also a good excuse to bake a lot of Christmas cookies. Tip number 9 is to always carry an extra pair of socks with you. If you go to work or if you go to uni, maybe you have a desk where you can put your socks. You can put them in the glove compartment in your car, or maybe just in your purse or bag, because during the winter you easily can step into a puddle, your feet get wet, and that's the worst thing. Wet feet, especially when it's cold outside, is not very comfortable. It will also easily make you catch a cold, so it's definitely a good idea to always have a second pair of socks stashed somewhere away. And my last tip, tip number 10, is to use heating pads, especially if you go outside. You might know those heating pads that you can use maybe on your back when you have a sore back or back pain. You can use those on your back during the winter underneath your clothes. You can also put them on the soles of your feet to keep those warm. And this way, if you go outside, perhaps for a longer time, you can make sure to keep warm. So those were my top 10 tips to survive winter. Make sure to tell me in the comments down below what one of your winter life hacks is. By leaving a comment down below, you're automatically participating in our Countdown to Christmas giveaway, where you have the chance to win one of 25 surprise boxes filled with Waterdrop goodies. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again tomorrow, and don't forget to drink more water. Bye!